The Lord wants his people to know something. And it's something that I had to be reminded of, because sometimes I forget it as a believer, but he was really, really pushing it in my spirit. As I've been watching a lot of words about kingdom spouses and, oh, he's going to do it any day now, and God's going to fulfill your promise in 3 days. It's coming. And your prodigal is coming home, and you're going to get the job, and all these other words that make us feel good. You know, God was breaking me to scripture, 2 Timothy 2:21. And it says, those who cleanse themselves from the latter will be instruments for a specific purpose, made holy, useful to the master, and being prepared to do any good work. So what that means is God created every person for a particular use. And we haven't been really thinking about what God has created us for. With all these words and prophecies and everything that people have been talking about, what I really don't hear is what God created you to do as an individual. A lot of people are trying to lump people together. Yes, people give people words, prophetic words, to release. I get that. But it's all starting to sound like mushy, like blurb, like one big blurb to me. And what it's doing is allowing people to go into idolatry, to where they're focused on their own will and not God's will. We are created for his use. He is the master. We are created for his use. Whatever he chooses us to do, whatever he created us for as individuals, that's what we are created to do. We're not created to be, sitting there focused on words on YouTube and TikTok and all these other social media engines just waiting for a word. We were created to seek him every single day, from the moment we wake up to the time we go to sleep, and ask him, Father, what would you have me do this day? It shouldn't be about what we want, when we're going to get married, when we're going to have a kid, get the job, the blessings, the fulfillments, the promise, and all those other things. Even for me, it took me 2 years. This is 2 years ago. It took me all this time to pray, God, whatever your will is in my life, let it be done. And that happened to me 2 years ago, and I was a believer my whole life. And it was up until 2 years ago that I was so afraid to say that prayer, because I was like, something's going to be taken away from me. Like if I say, God, let your will be done. Like, we got to let that stuff go, because our will becomes an idol to the Lord, and God can't stand idolatry. The blessings that we're praying for, that we want, will be blocked and delayed when we are pushing our will over God's will. It's his will first.